Welcome back to the Chaos, everyone. ChaosEclipse here. We are back on World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade. This is the anniversary edition. As you can see, we are level 67. We're about to be 68 down here. So I have two quests to turn in. I'm hoping that those give it to me. If not, then the video might be longer than anticipated. But let's go ahead and try to get 68 here. So let's turn in that one. Close, yep. So the other one should give it to us. Oh, maybe we have two of them. One there, one there. Is it two or is it one? Oh, the other one's over there. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, should just be this one though. Hey. Okay, I don't know why I'm accepting these quests because I don't plan on staying in this area. This area sucks. This is Shadow Moon Valley. Um, Shadow Moon Valley. Yeah. So last time you guys seen me, I was in the Grand. I still do have a quest there, but that is because I picked it up recently. I technically finished this whole area. The ones that I did not do, this one, I'm waiting on an NPC to appear, but if someone's already doing it, they're not there. And every single time I went there, they weren't there. So I was like, whatever, I'm not doing it. These two, both 67, 68 plus, they're groups. So basically the same thing with what happened in like Shathrat City and Hellfire. Actually, Hellfire we did. Shathrat City and Zangamarsh? No, I don't know what that one was. I think that one led you into a dungeon. So maybe it was only Terkar Forest, which is technically Shathrat. Yeah, so the ones here, basically. Oh, I can get more of those. So basically, if it was a group quest and I couldn't find a group, I just said fuck it and I just left. Like I'm not gonna sit around doing those. Don't get me wrong; they probably give really good items and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna sit around and try to do those looking for a group or wherever, where I could just go and solo, lower level quests or whatever. But anyway, so we're 68. I changed the skill tree again. So right now, this is where we're at. We have 5 in our improved Mark of the Wild, 5 in our naturalist, 3 in our natural shapeshifter. I did end up putting 1 back into the Omen of Clarity, and right now I only have 3 in Führer. Um, I might leave it there. I might try to put 5 into it. I don't know yet. If we come over here, we take a look at this. This is where the Führer thing is kind of iffy. I want to put 5 in there, but I also kind of want this because doing a lot of the PvP stuff, I've been realizing that the ferocious bite, if I can get that to, what would it be, like 15%, yeah, 3 times 5. So if I can get that ferocious bite to 15% of the damage, plus if it crits, I can crit really high with that. Sorry, I can crit really high with that as a finisher when I'm PvPing or anything. And then everything else is pretty much the same. The only thing I did different was I took points out of this and I did not put any into here. So technically this heals you, but it only gives you a max of like 4% of your total health, which 4% is not bad, but I don't think it's going to be helpful. Technically, I have 1 point right now, and I'll have another one, so I could put 2 in there and max that out. But I think I want to put the 2 points into here. I don't know. I feel like I need more points. And I could have took points out of the thick hide contribution, but I think we need that for um just survivability, honestly. Because if I get crit, uh, that's gonna suck. Like I'll basically get one shot. Um, I could have taken it out of the feral charge, but it does come in handy when I'm trying to close a gap. I could have also taken it out of this because I don't do much tanking. But this does help with tanking. Um, yeah. So I'm not sure where to put these last 2 points. I have one now. Actually, I'll have 3 points. So I'll have one now. Let me see. I can put 2 there, and that would only be 1 there. Or I could put 2 there to give me back that healing factor. Oh, and also grab the mangle. So now we do have the mangle ability. So you can see it says mangle the target, inflict damage, and causing the target to take additional damage from bleeding effects for 12 seconds. This ability can be used in cat or bear form. So when you learn this one, it gives you the ability to buy mangle from the actual trainer. So you can buy like rank 2, I think. I'm pretty sure that you'll get a rank 3, but that might be at level 70. And then if you look at the actual mango ability itself down in the bottom right, you can see it says mangle the target for 192% normal damage plus 275 and causes a target to take 30% additional damage from shred and bleed effects for 12 seconds. So basically, I can open with this with Ravage, which does 385% damage plus 514. Um, and then I hit them with this rake, which puts a bleed on them. And if I can get both of those to crit, that usually gives me about 4 points into like the combo point thing, and I'll hit them with the rip. Um, and then or no, sorry, I'll hit them with this first. Hopefully it crits and it yeah, hopefully it crits, and then I do the mangle next because you want that extra bleed damage on them as fast as possible. Then you do rake, and then you do rip. Rip is still the one that I've been finishing with for NPCs. However, if I can get the extra damage for ferocious bite from this, I think it would be a good finisher in PvP. But I could also just take it away because I mean, if you look at the difference there, like the rip does 1,092 over 12 seconds. The ferocious bite isn't that high. Don't get me wrong, it does have the extra point of energy into 4.1 additional damage for all the extra energy you have. However, I'm not going to stand there and wait for my energy bar to fill up before I use this. I'm going to use it as a finisher and hopefully it crits. Um, but it doesn't bleed or anything. So if it doesn't crit and if it doesn't bleed, then that's kind of an issue. So maybe I should just stay away from that one. I didn't think about all that. Poop. How many points do we have right now? 68, 69, 70. So I have 3 points. So I could technically put 2 here. That would still only give me 1 there. But if I put, yeah, see, I still wouldn't even be able to max that out. If I took this away, that would give me 1 extra point. That would give me 4 points. I put 2 there. That would still only let me put 2 there. And I would still need another point to get that full 100% of the time. I mean, 80%'s not bad, but it would hurt if I try to do some power shifting moves and I don't get the full effect out of it. Because I would just be throwing my mana away. Where could I take a point out of, though? I mean, I could just leave that. Like, I could just put 1 point into that. I don't know. Let's go here for now. I'll probably max this out. I got 2 more points. I can put 1 more there. I'll do 1 here. And then the other one can go in there. Kind of break even with the little dilemma there. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we're at with the points and everything. Let's go talk with the Druid trainer. There is one thing though before I go do that. So here, I don't know if there's another area somewhere else. This is just the first one I've seen. There is this guy right here. So there's a stable master here. There's a griffin keeper here. These are the griffins. You can see that the blue ones cost 100 and the purple ones cost 200. The ones for 200 you can't even learn until you get the higher flying skill. Right now, we don't even have the 225 flying skill. If you look at the gold that I have, we're at 12 or 1194. That I'll show you guys how I made the gold. Um, a lot of it has been from jewel crafting, um, but a lot of it has also just came from literally questing in Outlands and only spending my gold on repairing stuff. Well, I spent it on other stuff, but that was to make more gold. Like I said, I'll show you that in a minute. Um, but the riding skill, this is the issue. Now, I'm pretty sure that you get the flying skill at 68, which is why we're doing the video today, because I'm pretty sure you get the flying skill. However, I swear, and I asked in chat, I'll go over that in a minute because I got pissed off a little while ago. So I swear that you still had to buy the riding skill in order to use your flight form. Um, and technically, I can look it up on Google, but I think Google's just going to say the same thing. Yeah, your riding skills at 70. However, you can get your flight form at 68. So I asked in general chat, hey, if the riding skill you can only get at level 70, does that mean I can't use my flight form at 68? And someone was like, why don't you just Google it? You can type it in chat, just type it in Google. And like it started this huge argument. It was a rogue, and I was like, dude, I was like, I wasn't even asking you. I was just trying to ask another druid or whatever, to see if it worked for them, like how it works, because I don't remember. And he's like, well, like I said, go ask in Google. And then of course I called him out on being a rogue, and I'm like, dude, you're not even a druid. Like, I don't even know why you're answering. Like, I'm trying to find out from another druid. And someone kind of took my side, and they were like, maybe he's just asking in chat because he's using the chat for what the game's for, like, communicating in chat and helping each other out and stuff. And the guy got mad, and he's like, "Oh, well, he could just type it in Google, this and that." And I was like, "Whatever, dude." And I guess when I called him out for rogue, another guy answered who was also rogue, and he started arguing with me too. And I was like, "Dude, whatever." So I ended up blocking both of them. It was a big dumb fiasco. Anyway, I can't buy this riding skill until level 70. I'm pretty sure we get our flight form at 68. So I think what's going to happen is the riding skill specifically is only going to be for like actually getting a mount. Now, this part, the riding that requires 300, that's the other skill that's here. The one that is at 70, the first one, the riding 150, you can see it costs 800 gold. So that's the only reason I've been saving all the gold, because I thought I was going to have to spend 800 gold. The other one, this one's kind of ridiculous. If you click on it, 500. So you have to have your riding skill to 225, meaning you have to buy this one first. Your riding skill has to be 150 to buy this. So when I buy this, it'll go from the 150 to 225, and then that'll then show this one white here. And then if I buy this one, it'll take it from 225 to 300. But of course, this one has to be 70 as well. So I can't even buy either one of these. But anyway, the 150 here, I'm pretty sure is basically the same as a druid's regular flying skill. And then the epic form is this one. And like I said, I thought you had to buy both of these in order to do it. I'm pretty sure in Wrath of the Lich King they make you do that. I don't remember in TBC, which is why I'm so confused about it. But anyway, we're gonna go and we're gonna buy, or we're gonna get our flight form. We're gonna learn any other abilities that we may have learned, and then I may or may not end up switching the talents again, because I might actually leave that out and just go for the healing factor, especially if I am going to be doing more PvP than anything else. And like I said, the rip technically, even if it's over time, it's doing more damage than the ferocious bite will. I would be relying too much on that ferocious bite to crit 100% of the time when I'm using it. Which, don't get me wrong, I think ferocious bite does have a really high crit chance, but it doesn't say on here. And then if I did have 100 energy, technically I could what's it called? I could use this and it would technically hit higher than the rip, I think. But I don't know that for a fact. So, and I know a lot of people who PvP, they also get this one, the brutal impact, to have that stun a little bit longer, but I'm not going to go for that. That's why I kind of wish we were in Wrath of the Lich King, but it's whatever, you know. So let's see here. Where is there one up here? Looking for, there it is, mailbox. I have mail and I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's stuff that's sold. Hey, it is. Yeah, so look at that. 12 gold, 10 silver, 10 silver, 75, 10, 2 gold, 2 gold, 2 gold, 2, 51. Okay. Yeah, so that should put us over 1200 easily. Well, actually, even that first one's going to put us over 12. So let's go ahead and open all these. We're at bottom right, 1194 right now. Nice. 1219. Not bad. All right. So let's go. All right. Actually, hold on. First of all, find the deserter. I think that's literally. I think I literally just picked that one up. Find the deserter. Where'd it go? I didn't even see it. Find the deserter. Yeah, so this one just wants you to go and talk to that guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to abandon all the ones here in Shadow Moon Valley. Because like I said, I don't want to quest here yet. This is more end game stuff. I might not even come back here. I hate this fucking area, honestly. The Obsidian War Beads, that's the one in the Grand. I had enough of those, but I was using them for rep. I didn't realize there was an actual quest for them. But evidently now there's a quest for them, which is why I still have this quest. This one here leads you over to what is that area called? This area, Netherstorm. You can see right there. Well, I can't really zoom in on it. Right there. That's where you turn it in and out. That's also where one of the flight paths are. It's showing 3. I thought there was only 2 here. Does it show? I don't think it shows the Horde ones for me. It might though. No, because it didn't show. It's not even showing the one where we're at now. This one is also ours, I think. In fact, I know for a fact there's only one here. Yeah, it's not showing the Horde one. I think the Horde one is this area. So, yeah, and then this one is daily PvP, but I don't know why. I mean, I get why it's called daily PvP. This one you have to just capture the towers that we talked about before. You have to at least capture one of these towers. When I was there a little while ago, we already owned them. But I did find the vendor that's in this area that I thought you get spirit shards from doing the PvP stuff as well. Like I thought it was that, but it's actually going into here, like in the actual dungeon here, and then every boss you kill, they give you marks, and then you can turn them in there. Kind of like the badges of justice that I was talking about before. I feel like I'm forgetting something else that I was going to tell you guys. It doesn't matter. Let's go find a trainer. So we're just going to go to Moonglade because that is the easiest place to get to a druid trainer. We literally teleport there and he's right there. Oh, I was going to talk to you guys about the gold, but we need to be in a city for me to show you guys what I'm doing with the gold, how I'm making my gold. It's not complicated the way I'm making the gold, but people do kind of overthink it. Or not overthink it. I mean, theirs is a lot more efficient, I guess, than mine is. They have like all these charts and everything like that. I just kind of wing it, but what I'm doing is working. So we'll take a look here. All right, so yeah, so we're getting rank 3, and there's our flight form too. That's the big one that I want. So let's go ahead, train that. We're going to get these. There's our flight form. We didn't even have to do a quest for it. Also, this is the staff that I was talking about from the Ring of Blood. The biggest things on this are the agility, the stamina, and the green part there that says it increases your attack power by 375 in all forms. Well, in all of your attack forms, I should say, because it doesn't do it in your aquatic form or your flight form. And then we can't use our flight form here. The flying only works in Outlands, so that's why I haven't clicked on it yet. But let's take a look at this other stuff that we just got. So we got new entangled roots. Go ahead and put those there. Mango and Baron Cat, they should have upgraded automatically. There's rank 3 of that, rank 3 of that, and then we have our flight form. Okay, yeah, so that's it. So let's go ahead and go over here. We're gonna fly over to oh, did they kill the vendor? No, she was dead earlier. I came through here earlier and someone killed the vendor. But yeah, so we're gonna go to Darnassus just because. Yeah, see, I accidentally clicked. I'm used to clicking on the one on the end. We're gonna go to Darnassus. We're gonna go look at some auction house stuff, so I can show you guys best way. Well, not the best way. The way I've been making money. And normally I would tell you guys, oh, it's going to depend on your server, but technically there is only one server for the anniversary. So, well, for PvP anyway. Of course, that would be different if you're on the normal server or there's 3 servers, isn't there? I was going to say the RP server, but I think that's the PvE server. Like that's the same. They're the same server, but I still think there's 3 of them. And I paused really long because I had a yawn. I don't know if you guys heard it. Sorry, I've been awake for a while. Um, you guys are like, it's only 12 in the afternoon. I can see your time. Technically, you're wrong. It's 1:51. So boom in your face. But I didn't get much sleep last night. I woke up early this morning, so that's why I'm tired. Um, oh, and then also I have this little bar down here, which I probably won't keep. It's an add-on called Weak Auras. I thought it was going to attach up here the way the previous one did. And I mean, I can move this technically. Oh shit, I can move it technically. Like I can actually put it up here, but it's like, and I mean, I can even like resize it and everything. How do I do this again? Trigger, no conditions, no custom actions. What am I looking for here? Um, Here it is, height. So I can kind of shrink it. This is really annoying. Mm, mm. Right there. And then close that. Yeah. So basically, the reason why I have that is because when I'm in the cat or bear form, when you go in the cat form, your mana bar, your normal mana bar, turns into your energy bar. If you're in your bear form, it turns into a rage bar. So if you look here, if I turn into cat, you can see my mana bar goes away. However, I still want to track my mana bar because it'll let me know, hey, do I have enough mana to jump out of cat form, heal myself, and then go back into cat form? So that's why I have that bar, but I don't know if I want to keep it or not. The other one was a lot more easier to use. Like it was just there. This one, I mean, it has. I'm sure I can remove the name and all that, but I don't know. I don't know what all I want to do with it. Text, text two. I think that's the one with the name there. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but oh, you know what? I could probably also um, that's not what I want. How do I close that? There we go. I was gonna try to center the numbers, but I don't see it. Format, display. Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to center it. I'm not seeing it, and I'm not gonna keep messing with it right now. Anyway, real quick, show you guys the add-ons that I am using because I have changed throughout the time that we were doing stuff in the very beginning. So weak auras, literally that is all I'm using weak auras for. It does do a lot more stuff. There's a lot of stuff you can track. I think weak auras, I'm pretty sure I used this one before. If you want, I think you can even make it to where like it's more like what is that game? Quake, I think had it, where you have like a health bar here and then you have like a mana bar here. If that makes sense, kind of like a I don't know how to describe it. In fact, there's a thing that looks like it. Um, no, what am I looking for? Like this, like how it has this bar here and this bar here, and you see how they drain. Like I think you can have your health bar on the left and your energy, your mana, whatever on the right. But I'm not gonna mess with all that. I think I played with it like that before. It's not bad, but it is a lot of action going on your screen and everything. So here we are. Let's take a look at some of our stuff here. So jewel crafting is the way that I've been making money. Um, my jewel crafting stuff is right here. And then, of course, I have this line right here too. Well, that's kind of mining and jewel crafting together because adamantite comes from prospecting, and then you got your ore and stuff. Oh, I never sold that. I don't need this. There's some more mining stuff. Well, that's mining. That's from fishing, I think. Anyway, so I started saving the smaller gems, but these right here, these are the money makers, the blood garnets. So blood garnets, as you can see there, it's probably different right now because I haven't scanned the auction house in a while. They sell, or yeah, they're currently in the auction house for 6 gold, 74 silver. However, when you craft them, you can see here I have 4 different things. This top one, this is the money maker. That one I think does a spell crit. But let's start at the bottom here. So if I'm buying it for 6 gold, 74 silver, and if I craft it into this one, you can see that I can make a profit of 1 gold, 32 silver just for turning it into that one. If I do it with this one, I'm actually losing money with that one, so definitely don't do it. This one here looks like I would only make 84 silver because, like I said, we're buying for 6 gold and it's only selling for 7. This one, you're making a 5 gold profit. So if you go in the auction house and you buy these out, at least at this price anyway, you buy these out at 6 gold, 74 silver, and then you can sell them at 12 gold, 85 silver. So what I was doing is I was either buying them or I was getting them myself. Um, and getting them myself, we need basically either fell iron or we need this adamantite ore, fell iron or this adamantite ore. And what you do is you prospect it. When you prospect it, it then has a chance to turn into any of these gems here. Now, on a rare occasion, you might get something like that red one there. I'm not scrolling over the red one because that's my money maker too. But I'm going to show you guys that in a second. So that red one that I didn't show you, that's called a living stone. I don't remember, living something, living blood garnet. I don't fucking know. We'll take a look at it in a second though. But there are the stones that we were just looking at, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the red. There's also bigger varieties of those, and that's the big red one that you've seen in there. I also sold some dawn stones, which are big yellow ones. Those yellow ones sold for what was it? Like 20 something a piece. So if we look at dawn stone, this is the yellow one here. And you can see these ones are selling for 22 a piece. And the thing is though that when you prospect these ores, you don't always get one of these. You do always get one of the smaller ones, like one of these. It may not be a red one, like you can get the blue one, the green one, any of them. Look at that. The price is down right now actually. And these ones are the same price. So technically the profit's even higher right now. So if I instead of buying these at 674, I could be buying them right now at 599, and I could still sell them for 1285. So a little bit closer to 6 gold, I think. Um, but anyway, you basically get when you prospect these adamantite ore, you basically get one of these stones. You can get multiple ones actually. So you can get a azure stone. You can get this deep peridot, I think it's called. This flame sasperite, the shadow draenite. Yeah, sure. Shadow draenite. I don't know. Blood garnet, the golden draenite, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So you can get any one of those. You can even get multiple of those. The other ones, like the dawnstone, and not all of these bigger stones are good because there's one called a talacite. Talacite. That's not how you spell it. Tal. Tal. Hmm. Talacite. Talacite. It's not going to be in here. Either that or it's going to be like at the end somewhere. But the thing is, with the Dawnstone, this talacite that I'm looking for, I can't cut these yet. I don't have the recipes for them. And from what I remember, I mean, you can get. Actually, you know what? I might have one of the. No, no, no. I don't. I don't. Um, oh, I do. I just can't learn it yet because we're still at 344. So it's still in the because I think it was a Dawnstone one. Um, but anyway, so basically, like I said, when you prospect these, you get those smaller gems, but you don't always get a big one. The thing is, when you're in the auction house, what you can do is you can buy these if it's worth it. Let me see, 1 gold, 93 silver for each one of those. That might be worth it. So if you look here, 1 gold, 93 silver for 20 of them, um, you're spending almost 40 gold. So it's kind of hit and miss, honestly. You're basically gambling here. So I have enough to buy this, and I'll even show you guys. So I'm gonna buy this. We're gonna buy this right here. 38 silver or 38 gold. We'll call it 39. We'll say 39 gold for 20 adamantite ore. So we'll go ahead and buy that. Like I said, you're kind of gambling with this. Now don't get me wrong, we already have 15 here, but we're gonna do just the stack that I just bought. So for every time that you prospect, when you prospect the ore, you can prospect 5 at a time. Well, it's automatically going to do 5 at a time. Like you can't do 1 through 4. It has to be 5 at a time. So if you don't have 5, you're going to have to wait till you get 5. Or you can do like I just did, buy 20 of them. However, I'm pointing out that you can only do 5 at a time because what that means is I only have 4 chances to get one of those big stones. And even if it's one of the shittier stones, I'm not going to make my money back. I'm actually losing money by trying this. But you do get some of the smaller ones, and if we can get some of those blood garnets, and technically it should still make up our gold. So let's take a look here. This is our one stack. We're not going to do this one. This is our one stack here. So click on prospect. We click on this. And you can see there, I got one of the purple ones and an adamantite powder, which, where'd it go? Here's this, and here's this. You're always going to get adamantite powder from doing the adamantite ore, and you're always going to get at least one of these. Doesn't mean a purple one, but at least one of these colored ones. So let's go ahead and try again here. We got a noble topaz, one of the big orange ones. Those actually sell pretty decent, I think. Look at that, 37. So we basically already made up our gold, because even though technically we were at 39 for the stack, we still have two of these. So we technically already made our gold back. Like I said, this is a gamble though, because I could have went through all four of these and not gotten any of these at all, none of the big ones. But you can also get multiple. So like I said, it's hit and miss, just depends. There's a green one, and we got one left. Still didn't get a big one, but we got another small one. And look at that. That one sells for 4 uncut. So that one actually might be worth not cutting and just selling that way. Now let's take a look at that. Oh, I think these are living rubies. Let's take a look at it. The red one that I was showing you guys, or that I didn't show you guys. So if we scroll over it, look at that. That thing's selling for 79. 79. So if you can get one of these, it makes up for the price of two of the things you bought. Now this adamantite ore down here, I've been mining myself. I just now got 15, so that's 100% pure profit. These smaller ones I've technically been saving because later in jewel crafting, I don't know when, honestly, but later in jewel crafting, what happens is you actually get a recipe or a transmute thing that you can do 3 of each one of these, and it will automatically turn it into one of the bigger stones. Doesn't mean you're going to get a living ruby out of it. Doesn't mean you're going to get noble topaz. These are both good ones, but you will get something, one of these bigger ones, the blue ones, out of it. So, and then here's the one that I bought that I can't make yet. The Mystic Dawnstone. But I have to be 350 there, and you can see I'm only at 344. Yeah, so we're close. Um, Cutting a few more of these and getting some new recipes will definitely help, but of course I need to get there. In fact, let's go ahead and do the 3 that I have. So there's one. Nice. We got a Star of Balloon. I think those are decent. Not great, but decent. There's 2 and 3. Oh, Jesus Christ. We just got another living ruby. That's money, guys. Money. So let's put up the small ones. Oh, I didn't have one of those at all. Okay. So these ones 20, those ones 37, and these 79. But like I said, I haven't scanned the auction house, so we're going to scan the auction house real quick. We're going to take a look at these, see what the current price is. I really wish I could cut these because this one will sell for a lot more when it's cut. I mean, they all will technically. The Talosite, I think, is probably going to be the lowest one, but I don't even have a Talosite. I have the Star Balloon, Noble Topaz, and the Living Ruby. But Living Ruby, usually the red ones are the biggest. It's used by a lot by like tanks and druids in general, because I think, or no, the yellow ones, Dawn Stones, are the ones that give agility. I think I don't remember. I don't remember what these give honestly. But let's see here. So yeah, so you can sell these at 78, so 1 gold less than what it's showing there. These ones are at 45, so the price on those went up. And then the Star of Balloon, not bad, 21, still went up even. But yeah, so I need to get recipes for these. And since I didn't have to buy the mount thing, and we still have 1165, I might. In fact, let's take a look at that right now. Let's see if I can buy any recipes. Jewel crafting. So we're looking for blue and purple recipes. In fact, let's go here. Go rare. Here we go. Yeah, so that right there is one of them, the flashing living ruby. Parry rating. I don't think anyone really uses pairing. That's not a good one to buy. Um, that's a ring. This one, it's a knight's eye. What is this? Oh, it's a neck piece. I said knight's eye because it uses a knight's eye gem. You can see there it says it requires hardened adamantite bar, two of them, two mercurial adamantite, and then one knight's eye. The knight's eye is the big. It's like these gems. Pretty sure. I'll check that in a second. Actually, I'll check it now because I won't remember. Knight's eye. Yeah, so it's the purple one. So then, what's the talosite? Is talosite green? Talosite. I don't remember how to spell it. I don't know. It's okay. Let's go back to our jewel crafting. Make sure that's there. Um, so like I said, you don't want the flashing one. I think anything that is going to be worth it, we need reputation for. So it's not going to be in here anyway. In fact, oh, what's that? That's a parry rating still. There's a stormy one. That one actually might be worth it. A blue spell pen one. Well, no. I'm thinking spell crit. Spell pen wouldn't be bad either, but I don't think it'll sell for. I mean, we can take a look at it right now. Just type in Stormy Star Balloon. So let's see. The gem itself is selling for 20. So if we do Stormy Star of Balloon, whoops, Balloon 27. I mean, that's a little bit more than what the gem is worth, but not much. Um, Living Ruby. So subtle dodge. That's actually a decent one. I think tanks would actually use that one. Um, subtle. Yeah, they're selling for 55, which these are still selling for more uncut. So I still wouldn't do it. I would still sell them uncut. I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have in the future because once these things start getting overloaded in the auction house, um, eventually people are going to want to buy pre-cut ones. So eventually these will be more in price than the gem itself. But for now, since we're still technically early into the Burning Crusade, the gems themselves are selling for higher because they're not rare, but they're not as common as anything else right now. Bright Living. Oh wow, look at that, 82. Those would definitely be worth it. Oh, did someone just now? I don't know. Okay, that was the auction house when I scanned it. Delicate. These ones will usually go up. The delicate living ruby. What are those again? Attack power. It's interesting that the attack power is higher than the agility. Well, not really, because I guess like warriors and shit are not going to be using agility. They're going to be looking for attack power. However, they're the ones that should also be looking for wherever the other one was, the dodge, the subtle ones. Bold. So that's for I think that's for warriors too, but that's strength. So right now the highest one is the bright ones. No, it is the agility. It's still the agility right now. Well, it's tied with the strength. What else we got? Teardrop. What are these? Healing and spell damage. Spell damage is what you want. If we can find one that's just spell damage, I don't remember the names of any of these, which is why I can't tell you guys. There's more delicate ones. Subtle. Ruined. That's the spell damage right there. And look at that. It is the highest. 89. I know it's ruined as soon as I seen them because that's what the blood garnets are selling for. Those are the ones that I told you are basically you're doubling your stuff. So where can I get? We need the ruined living ruby recipe. So ruined living. Whoops, living ruby. And then if anyone's selling the recipe, there it is. Look at that. And I need at least 350 to craft it. I mean, I would definitely make my gold back. Um, but that's also going to depend on how many rubies I keep getting. And I don't want to buy them because I mean, they're you guys seen they're selling for what was it like 79 gold and I would only be getting like 10 gold profit. I may as well stick with the blood garnets for now. But I mean, I can always farm like wherever this recipe drops at and do it that way. For now though, I am just going to throw these in here. I mean, they're at decent prices. We can go ahead and scan the auction house. This usually takes a minute. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this before. So this is the auctionator thing that I was telling you guys about. Um, it's one of the add-ons. Basically, it makes your auction house look different. Normally, your auction house only has browse, bids, and auctions, and that's it. Shopping allows you to make like an actual shopping list if you want to keep track of like the prices of everything, and you're only buying specific stuff to resell, kind of like flipping the market, basically. Selling, it lets you automatically put it in there, and like if I wanted to sell both of these but in different stacks, it'll do that for you in the selling one. You don't have to go in there and like if I want to sell all 9 of these but one at a time, I can put that whole stack in there and then I can separate it to where it'll make me 9 different tabs of auctioning just one instead of doing a whole stack of 9. And that does come in handy. Maybe not with like Netherweave or anything like that. But it comes in handy for other things. So definitely take a look at that. Canceling just lets you cancel all your stuff, and then Auctionator right here where we're at, this tab lets you scan. I already clicked full scan. You can see stuff here in the background, like this guy right here is kind of lagging a bit. It's because it's trying to scan right now. So once that goes up to 100% down here in the chat box, you'll see it'll say like I don't know, 90 something thousand were scanned or whatever. Like there it goes. And then once it gets to 100, you'll see how many were scanned and it'll tell you that it's done. So there you go. So there's 18,000 items in the auction house right now and it's scanned all of them. So now if we scroll over our stuff, it automatically tells you what the stuff is selling for. So look at that. These already dropped down to 17. These went up to 45 and these are at 74, not the 79. So now we can go here, and if I wanted to sell both of these, I can put them in there. Now this right here is telling me that I'm putting the stack of 2 in there um, for 149. I don't want to do it that way because no one's going to come in here. Well, I mean they might, but in my opinion, no one's going to come in here and they're going to buy a stack of 2, um, or it's just going to be harder to sell. So what I want to do is I want to turn it around. So we're going to do a stack of 1, but we're going to be 2 stacks of 1. So now it'll create 2 stacks at 74.99.97, which is literally 1 copper under the last guy that's there. So I can go ahead and throw those in the auction house now. This one, because it's only 1 stack, you put it in there, it'll automatically undercut this guy. Just give it a second for this little posting here to highlight. Throw that in there. Same thing here. And look at that. So even from when we scanned it, it still went even lower because someone put one in there for 15. So this one, I might want to actually hold on to that because I think if I cut it, I think I can sell it at a higher price. So, um, yeah, we're gonna hold on to that. So I just closed it without actually posting it. It didn't go in there, and then we can sell any of this other stuff that I have, like these, because that's for the Aldor, and I am a scryer. And it's already set from my previous one, so it's doing um, or 2 singles of 1 each. I think that's how you would say that. Throw these in there. And it also tells you how much your deposit is, the total price that you would get if you actually do win or whatever. Um, but it'll tell you like if this is too low and I hit post, it'll tell you, are you sure you want to put it in there? At this price, like your price is lower. And then even if I put it in there, so like let's say I have this, right? And let's just do one. Well, I'm not actually going to post this, but let's say I want to post one in there, right? One by itself, you can see it's selling for 1 gold. The vendor will buy it for 59 silver. So if I do this, we'll leave that at 11. And if I hit post, it'll tell you, are you sure you want to do that? Because you can actually sell it to the vendor. Um, actually, wait. Large price drop. Are you sure you're okay? So it didn't tell me. I think it's just talking about because I'm doing it too low. There are some when you put it in there, it'll say that you can sell it to the vendor for more than what you're trying to put it in here for. So I'm just going to hit cancel because we're not going to do that. Also, I don't know how to take it out of here. So I usually just close it and bring it back up, and it just kind of re-puts it back in your thing over there. But yeah, so that's basically how I've been making my money, guys. Come in here and you buy some adamantite ore. What did I spell wrong? Adamantite ore. I'm spelling adamantite wrong. How's it spelled? Hmm. Did someone buy out all the ore? There's no way. I mean, yeah. Holy shit! Someone bought out all the ore. There's none in here. There's no way. I mean, there's it's definitely possible, but that is throwing me off by far. Yeah, that's all the ore that's in there. There's not even fell iron ore in there right now. Well, someone's got a shit ton of money. Fell iron. No shit. I mean, someone's got a shit ton of money, but that's what they're doing. They're literally doing what I just did, except they're doing with all the ore that was in the auction house now. So when someone else puts adamantite ore in there, the price is going to skyrocket just from the ore. Um, if I would have had that ore that I had, I probably would have threw it back in there myself, but I don't. I do have some fell iron ore, but I don't have enough to make 5. I mean, I could put it in there in singles, which the ore you kind of can do that. I mean, you can do it no matter what, but normally you don't want to. Normally you want to sell the ore in stacks. However, if someone is a miner themselves and they end up getting like 4 fell iron ore and I have mine in there, where'd it go? I have mine in there. If I have my stack of 2, they're not going to buy mine. They're going to buy someone who has it in there as a single because they only want to cap off their 5. You know what I mean? So, but let's take a look at this. Maybe I've been typing it in wrong or something. Yeah, see, they even bought out the fell iron ore. So I could technically throw these 2 in there for a high price, and someone will probably buy them even at a high price. In fact, let's try that. So they've been selling for. Oh, wait. Why did those pop in there now? Am I doing something wrong? Oh, it's because I had it set to. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. You guys are probably screaming at me, calling me an idiot too. Hmm. Still don't see the adamantite. Adam? Oh, N. Type. There's an N in there. Hey, there's your. But look at that. It is a little bit cheaper than when I bought it earlier. We bought it at 38. So let's buy 2 stacks. That'll give us 8 tries. We're currently sitting at 1,000 gold. I don't want to drop under 1,000, so we'll stop there. I mean, I technically I could buy a little bit more, but we'll go ahead and stop there. And then after we do these ones, we'll go to Outlands, and I'll show you guys the flight form. And I mean, it works just like the other forms. You literally just click on the little thing, and you turn into whatever the animal is. Which for druids, it is it's like I said, like a grayish colored raven. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and take a look here. See if we can get at least another living ruby or something. That's a negative. That's a negative. Blood garnet will help. Another blood garnet. We're not going to get anything this time. That sucks. That sucks. Like I said, it's a gamble, guys. It's a gamble. I don't know if it's possible to get more than one of the bigger gems at a time, but I know it's possible to get more than one of the small ones. Yeah, so we didn't get any that time. So that was a waste. Like I said, it's a gamble, guys. And then these ones, like I said, I'm not even going to sell them, the smaller ones, because we're keeping them because I can trade them later and definitely get a bigger one out of it. We'll go ahead and hold on to this for now as well. Where's my... It's not that one. So let's throw that in there and move this to here. I'm going to start holding on to these because I think the price is going to go up in these. They're not bad right now, even. Like they're not horrible. Well, the earth ones are going to be low, but the water and the fire, and then I had some shadow ones. The shadow ones I threw in there. But I do think the price is going to go up on them, so we're just going to kind of hang on to all that stuff. And then I told you guys about here. Let's go to chat. I told you guys about me switching to jewel crafting and leatherworking with this guy. And then I told you guys I was going to make an alt to do like the gathering resources for like the mining and the skinning. So I figured out a really easy way to do that. What I'm going to do is eventually with this guy, probably once he hits 70 though, not right now, once he hits 70, I'm going to go back. We're going to start in like Ashenvale, like we did before. Over here, Ashenvale. Oh, Ashtanar. Um, and what we're gonna, well, no, it is Ashenvale. Ashtanar is just a town. Yeah, so we're gonna start in Ashen, or no, not even here, Darkshore. And I'm gonna go get a whole bunch of copper, tin, everything like that with this guy because he already has the level for it. And then what I'll do is I'll give it all, or I'll put it all in the bank, or I'll mail it all to the other character, and I'll just smelt it all. And I can at least get up to like level 300, like 298, 295, somewhere around there. And then from there, then I can start mining with him. So I figure I'll do that way, so it's a lot easier to level his mining. The skinning I'm gonna have to do, but the skinning I'll get with the just from leveling the character, just because we're gonna be killing a lot of stuff anyway, and I can just skin it while I'm doing it. So, and then here is the flight form. So there you go. Nice little weird looking raven. He's got some big old hairy eyebrows. And then when you get the epic one, it's more of like a purple color, and you have like kind of like gold crested armor on the edges of the wing and like over his head and stuff like that. But the epic one, I did look into it. It is a like a 17-part quest line that I don't even think is in the game yet. And I found out that that it ends in actually in Suffolk Halls, which I don't even remember where Suffolk Halls is. Um, Tempest Keep, Suffolk Hall. I don't even think it's in the game yet. I swear I've seen someone asking about Suffolk Halls. Yeah, I don't know. But eventually, you end up in Sethic Halls, and that's where you fight like this, like a raven, but it's like running around on like its feet or whatever. And that raven can also, like, if you farm that raven, you can do that once a day, and you can actually get it as a mount. So a lot of people are going to be wanting druids in their party anyway. So it should be fairly easy to get the mount. However, this is going to attack me. So I don't want to fly near the druid because what he's going to try to do, because I used to do this to people, what he'll try to do is you can actually, I mean, if you're up high enough, I think he's looking for me. If you're up high enough, you can actually you can attack someone using your moonfire. However, you have to be up high enough so that you're not in combat, so that when you are close to the ground, you can go back into your flight form. If you attack them and you don't make it out of combat, obviously you're just going to smack into the ground and die. But I used to actually attack a lot of people in the air. Like I said, you just have to be up high enough, and then you can cast your moonfire while you're moving. So basically, you would cast your moonfire, which automatically kicks you out of your form. And like while you're falling, you'll be in combat, so you have to wait to come out of combat, and then it's like the last minute or whenever you're out of combat, you just turn back into a bird. And I've killed people doing that because they don't know what to do about it. Because if they heal, it takes them off their mount. If they try to attack you, it takes them off their mount. And if they're not a druid, they can't remount the way that you can just turn into a fucking bird. So it's really helpful. But yeah, this is actually going to help us out a lot. We're going to go up to Netherstorm eventually. We're going to start doing quests here. There are bridges in between these places. I think I pointed that out before, but it's going to be so much easier with the flight form. And then I will probably also do a lot more of the mining now that I have this, because I can literally go to like edges of cliffs like this. And if I'm tracking the mining, I can be able to see like, oh, hey, there's a thing here. And then I can just fly to it. I don't have to worry about fighting mobs to get there just to do some mining. And then the only thing that sucks is anyone with an epic flying form, they will still beat you to it, obviously. But this is also going to be really good because, as you can see there, I just discovered that. I can also go to Shadow Moon Valley, back to Shadow Moon Valley. I can literally fly over this whole area and just get free XP. Now it's only going to be like 1,000 XP per area that I discover, but it's still better than nothing. So but yeah, that's everything. I don't even know what half this shit is. I didn't even look at trying to sell any of this. A lot of it looks like gray items anyway. I've also been keeping the netherweave cloth and the rune cloth. The rune cloth I've been keeping for reputation purposes, so I can turn them in for reputation. Netherweave, I think I'm going to keep a lot of it, but I don't know how long I plan on doing that for. I was going to say to keep it until, if this server ever goes like Wrath of the Lich King, because then if you look at your first aid, it is the highest thing you can make right now, and it is the last one, and you're already capped out. So when Wrath of the Lich King comes out, if it comes out, I think this jumps up to like 425 or 450. I think it's like 450. Having a whole bunch of Netherweave right away will save you from needing to buy it from the auction house just to level it to get your first aid to the next level. So if I have the room, I'll keep holding on to it. Or if the prices go up really high, maybe I'll end up selling it. As you can see right now, for one, they're selling for 14 silver. So for the nine that I have, if I hold shift, I can get a gold and 33 silver out of it. So, because it shows you the stack price if you hold shift. Oh, and I should have put that up too in the auction house. The adamantite powder we're keeping. Because that, like I said, we're going to use that later as a jewel crafter anyway. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this one. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment section. I'm going to see what it takes. Oh, look. Wait, that's not what I want, is it? No, yeah, that's not it. Those are alchemy things. I'm gonna see where I can get some really good. I think it's gonna be from raids, honestly. So I might have to actually start doing some PvP. But I'm gonna see about getting some of those recipes and stuff to be able to cut the gems and sell them at like higher prices and everything. Um, but yeah, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.